So let's focus on this figure. This is the figure, or this is the animal which is known as Hirudinaria. Okay, it is a leech. So you know that Hirudinaria is a sanguivorous, means it feed on the blood. It suck the blood of some animals like frog, of humans, of dog, so and many more. So it is sanguivorous and it has a suctorial type of mouth, and the suckers are present on both the ends, on the posterior as well as on the anterior end. On both the ends suckers are present. And you know that this animal secrete an enzyme called hirudin. Okay, it secrete an enzyme called hirudin, and hirudin is a anticoagulant. Okay, it is an anticoagulant which is found in the salivary gland of the leech. So it prevents blood clotting. So in this way it continuously suck our blood, and it make a pore in your body, and from where it suck the blood, and you are not aware of it that anything is stick on your body. So without any feel, it suck your blood, right? The next is the earthworm. You are well aware of this earthworm, and this one is the Nereis, and this species is of Colles species. All right. So in every figure you will observe that some ring-like structures are present. Okay, so these ring-like structures are known as annuli. Okay, from here only the term annelida is derived. All right, now observe this image. So this is a part of an earthworm. So here you can see there's a earthworm is externally divided by a ring-like structure called annuli, and it is divided internally also by a septum. Okay, so this is a septum which you can see here. So externally as well as internally the body is divided. All right, so such type of segmentation is known as metameric segmentation. Okay, or we can say metamerism. So this is a main feature of this phylum. Now let's see the earthworm internal anatomy. So first focus on the circulatory system. So here you can see, let me take another color. So these are the large vessels. Okay, so these large vessels act as a heart. So it helps in pumping the blood. And you know that the earthworm or this phylum Annelida have a closed circulatory system. Okay, they have a closed circulatory system with hemoglobin. RBC are not there, but directly hemoglobin is present in their blood. All right. Then if we talk about the nervous system, so this is a part which is known as ganglion. You know what are ganglions? Ganglions are the cluster of the nerve cells. So two ganglions are there, and which are connected to the ventral nerve cord. So this yellow color cord you can see easily visible in this figure. So this is a nerve cord, ventral nerve cord, which is present throughout its body. All right. Now if you talk about the digestive system, this is the mouth which expands to engulf the food. So from here the food enters, and they have a muscular alimentary canal, and here you can see in this region swollen structure is present which is known as crop and the gizzard. Okay, so crop is that part in which the food is stored temporarily and some mixing takes place. Then from here the food enters in another chamber which is known as a gizzard, and in the gizzard churning of the food takes place because earthworm do not have teeth to churn their food. So in the gizzard churning of the food takes place. All right. Now if you talk about their excretory system, so here you can see coiled structures are there. They are known as nephridia. So, okay, so coiled structures on their body are present, and they pores are there on the body. From the pores they excrete out their waste, and their waste contains the urea or ammonia. If a lot of water is available, then they excrete ammonia as their waste, and if there is shortage of water, then they excrete urea as their waste. Okay, so this is the internal anatomy of the earthworm. Now see here in the Nereis, parapodia like structures are present. Observe its body here. These are the parapodia. They are present on their body, and parapodia on the terminal part of the parapodia, setae are present. So these parapodia and the setae are helpful in locomotion. So in some species parapodium are there for the locomotion, whereas in some you will see only setae are there. Hair like structures or bacil-like structure which are known as setae. So in the earthworm body you will find only setae. Alright. Now it is very easy for you to learn their general characters. So as we have discussed about the annuli, annuli are the ring-like structures which are present on the body. So from here only the word is just covered annelida. Then habitat is mostly aquatic and some are terrestrial. Then habitat is generally free living, whereas some are parasite. For example, leech is an ectoparasite. Then symmetry is bilateral. So if you cut a section from here, you can get means you can divide the body into two halves from one plane. Then coelom is present, means they are true coelomate animals, okay, and also known as eucoelomate. True coelom is present. Body is metamerically segmented. Okay, metamerism is seen in this and these animals, means their body is externally as well as internally divided. Then grade of organization is organ system grade of organization. Organ system is present. Then germ layers, 3 germ layers are there: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Body of some members consists of 4 zones: prostomium, then peristomium, trunk and the pygidium. Pygidium is the last part, okay, it is the last part. And you know that the formation of the new segments in the metamerically segmented animals always takes place in the posterior part of the body. Posterior part means just in front of the last segment. Last segment is the pygidium. So just in front of the last segment, whatever segment is there, from there only a new segment is formed. Okay, so some body of these members are divided into prostomium, peristomium, then trunk and pygidium. Alright, then circular and longitudinal muscles are present. Both the types of muscles are there, and these muscles are smooth muscles, so they help in locomotion. Now many forms have unjointed locomotory appendages. As we have seen, parapodium like structures are there, they are unjointed and they help in locomotion. Then some animals in this group have setae like structures, hair like structures, which helps in movement. Digestive system is complete and developed. Okay, respiration is by general body surface. Their cuticle layer is there around their body, and which is made up of a protein called albumin. So cutaneous respiration is there. No mineralized skeleton. The skeleton is absent. So the fluid which is filled in the coelom, it acts as a hydroskeleton. Alright. So whatever the fluid is there, fluid is filled in the coelom, it absorbs water. So it acts as a hydroskeleton. Alright. Then they have nervous system with the anterior nerve ring, ganglia and a ventral nerve cord is there. Circulatory system is true closed circulatory system. Alright. Excretion is by the pores called nephridia. Nephridia are coiled structures. So they open outside the body through a pore. Then reproduction, sexes may be separate or united. Okay, means sexes may, if they are united, then we call it a hermaphrodite. As you have seen in earthworm and in leech, you will see that both the sexes are present on the same body. So such animals are called hermaphrodite. In some species, asexual reproduction is also seen by budding or by fission. Then fertilization is internal as well as external. In some cases, you will find trochophore larva. Okay, so it can be an important question for you. Name the larva of this phylum Annelida. So trochophore larva is the larva. Alright, excretion is by nephridia. And here you will see annular ring-like structure, metamerically segmented body. Okay, parapodium like structure which are helpful in locomotion, and setae also. So these are the main general characteristic of this phylum. Now some unique features are here: metameric segmentation, nephridia for excretion, closed circulatory system, setae on the body in most forms. So these are the unique feature of this phylum Annelida.